Okay, now we're on to a game which I really fucking hated and have a lot to say about. Storm over the fucking desert. First of all, let's take a look at the title screen. From what I can tell, this game is a war between America and Iraq, which is very interesting to look back on today because this war did eventually happen. I can see conspiracies about this game being thought up, but that's another debate entirely. So as you can see here, we're in a so-called desert, although there's clearly grass everywhere, and we have to fight off the Iraqi tanks, which are fucking pink. They gave the Iraqis pink tanks. Well, at least the game designers had a sense of humour when they were making this game. In fact, they make it really obvious that they hate Iraq. I mean, if you run over Saddam Hussein, you get extra lives. And also, it's unbelievable how many hits your tank can take before it blows up, whereas the Iraqi tanks blow up after a single shot. But even though it's admittedly quite a funny game, I still fucking hate it. This is one of those games like Jupiter Scope and Sharks, where it takes so fucking long to finish the game, even though it's nowhere near as crappy as Sharks was. For the most part of the later levels in the game, you just find yourself waiting for a tank to show up. But look how quickly they fucking go by. I mean, seriously, how the fuck was I meant to hit that? Holy fuck, did you see that? No, you probably didn't, because that tank disappeared so fucking fast that nobody could ever hit that. And let's not forget about these tiny little microscopic fuckers. I mean, it's one thing that they're too damn fast, and another that they're way too small to even get close to hitting. I'm fucking serious when I say the only chance of completing this game is when you're at the right place at the right time, but most of the time, this isn't the fucking case. Oh, God. What? No, how the fuck? No, that tank came out of nowhere! Another problem is that you can get so bored waiting for a tank that one can just drive right by you and you won't even notice. No, oh shit! And other times there's a problem where it really looks like you hit the other tanks, but apparently you didn't. What? No, that was a fucking hit! This leaves you waiting so long that some of the only hits you'll ever get are when Saddam Hussein runs into the back of your tank and gets himself run over like the idiot that he is. This has got to be the second worst game on the cartridge. With the fact that this game will take over an hour to complete whether you fucking like it or not, and that there's absolutely no music at all, you're gonna be fucking bored shitless out of your fucking mind. So to prevent anyone from playing through this whole game, let's just see the ending. Well, what did you fucking expect? All the other games send you back to level 1, so why should this be any different? Well, we found 4 problems with this game. The enemies go by too fast, these guys are too small which makes them near impossible to hit, sometimes your bullets don't kill the other tanks, and it generally just takes too fucking long to complete. So that is now 80 fucking problems. We're almost at fucking 100. This cartridge is a fucking disgrace. Game number 37, Mash Man. Now, if you suffer from seizures, I suggest you look away now, because this game is incredibly fucking flickery. Whoa, the characters are flashing almost as much as Paris Hilton flashes her tits. Oh, me and my Paris Hilton jokes. But 81 problems. Anyway, in case you haven't noticed yet, guess who we're playing as? Go on, guess! It's that fucking guy from Fuzz Power, with the giant foot and everything. Well, at least it looks an awful lot like him. This is another one of those games where they were fucking high on cocaine when they made it, because the fucking concept is just nothing like you've ever seen before in your life. What you have to do is stamp on all of these enemies with your ridiculously large foot, and that really is as easy as it sounds. So to make it harder, they added things that kill you like floating drawing pins and spikes. But they failed at making it any harder and the game still remained to be completely fucking easy. It's not quite as easy as Rocket Jockey, but it's still one of the easiest games on the cartridge, and thus one of the best games. But if they hadn't already freaked me out enough with this guy, wait till you see what happens when he dies. I could be wrong, but did he just turn into a fucking pink pair of shoes? I'm pretty sure that he turned into a fucking pink pair of shoes! Time for the next game. It's called They Came. Although I can assure you that there is nothing in this game that will make you want to come. This is another one of those games where you fly around space shooting down ships, so I hope you enjoy it for the 30 seconds you'll be playing it, because that is literally how long it fucking takes to finish the game. You see, because this game obviously wasn't checked before its release, it fucking crashes after the first level, giving you nothing more than a black screen to sit and stare at while you wish you had your fucking $199 back. You can try all you want, but you'll never go beyond level 1. Even if you die, the game fucking crashes and forces you to hit reset. Just a typical Action 52 situation. And problem number 82. Now throughout this whole cartridge, we've played 12 extremely shitty space shooters. Star Evil, G-Force Fighter, Critical Bypass, Jupiter Scope, Operation Full Moon, Thrusters, Megalonia, Atmos Quake, Space Dreams, Spreadfire, Rocket Jockey, and They Fucking Came. So by now, you'd be sick to death of these fucking space shooters. Well, as you can probably guess, there's more. The game rams more shitty space shooters down your fucking throat. This one's called Lazer League, where you play as a little boy in an orange suit strapped to a jetpack. Now, a bit like one of the first games on the cartridge, which we've all probably forgotten about, G-Force Fighter, you can stay at the bottom of the screen and you'll never fucking get hit. Well, because this was clearly an error in the programming, that is problem number 83. Well, isn't this a hard game? And no, it doesn't have any fucking music either. Eventually, you'll arrive at the boss, who sort of looks like a deformed Pac-Man. By no means is this boss hard, and because the game is so outstandingly long with only 2 levels, this is one of the easiest games on the cartridge. And if you have a severe mental problem and you want to play this game again after being sent back to the first level, by all means do so, but that's your loss. Let's hope this is the last fucking space shooter I have to put up with. And that takes us to the 40th game on the cartridge, Billy Bob. Now, anyone who knows what they're talking about will know that Billy Bob is nothing more than a crappy, cheap attempt to rip off Prince of Persia, which is by all means a much, much, much better game. The first thing that sucks about Billy Bob is the second room, where you'll immediately fall to your fucking death unless you can perfectly time a jump to get to the next platform. The trouble with this is that you have to be very accurate when and where you press the jump button, because if you press it too fucking early, Billy Bob is going to jump up into the air like a fucking idiot. Or he'll try and make the jump, but it'll end up being too short, and then Billy Bob will die of impact or something. But not only do you have to jump at a very specific time, you also have to be moving before you jump. So when you're standing on a platform about yay big, you hardly have any room to move, and so jumping becomes the biggest pain in the ass there ever fucking was. The controls are gonna fuck you up throughout the whole game. Fuck! Fucking hell! Jesus Christ, what the hell? Also, by the time the game designers reached this point of the cartridge, it seems like they fucking forgot how to count because they put down level 3 as fucking level 1. Here, I'll prove it. The game says that this is level 1, yet when I start the game again, the real level 1 looks oddly nothing like the other level 1. And then when you complete what is supposed to be level 3, you're sent to level 4, which is also marked down as level 1. So what, level 1, 3, and 4 are all level 1? That makes about as much sense as a donkey having sex with a one-legged parrot in an ice cream tub. They even fucked up the difficulty of the game. Instead of getting harder as the game goes on, it fucking gets easier. This is one of the later levels of the game. Notice how it's easy enough to just run right through it without getting fucking hit. and this is one of the earlier levels, where you have to make jumps with falling spears just inches above your fucking head. Ah, fuck, I died. So when you're finished, you're sent back to level 1, which confusingly enough is actually fucking level 4. Well, we find 3 problems with that. Poor controls, an absolutely piss-poor attempt at the numbering of levels, and a difficulty that gets easier as the game goes on, as opposed to getting harder. 86 problems altogether.